Hi everyone. In this video, we'll look at uh, Flowise, some basics of Flowise, what it is all about, how is it different from, let's say, other platforms like SiteSpeak, BotSonic, BotPress, and so on and so forth. So Flowise is a question answering chatbot platform, which is open source. Basically, it is created by people around the world and it is free to use. It's an open source platform. You can get the code from GitHub. So, there is a repository in GitHub where you can find the code, you can download it and install it in your server and use the features it provides. So currently, I have downloaded and I'm using it in my local system setup. And you can follow the step-by-step guide to get started once you clone the repository. Okay, so it is a bit technical. To use Flowise, you may need some information about development, especially related to Git and some basics of programming. Although you may not it may not require you to do programming as such. Most of the features you may just need to drag and drop, and it should be available to you. Okay, but yeah, you should know how things work, especially with respect to Git and GitHub. Okay, so as you can see here, I have created one flow here. So what we'll do is we will basically have a document loader for a PDF file. Now, just to give you an idea, Flowise provides all these different options for you to select from, including the different agents, the retrieval chains, uh, the chat models, including OpenAI is available, document loader. So in this particular case, we'll be using the PDF document loader. So if your internal document is a PDF file, use a PDF document loader. If it is a web page, use a web scraper from here. If it's a docx file, use a docx loader, and so on and so forth. It has most of the options available in the market. And then for embeddings, you have OpenAI embeddings function along with some other available in the market. Large language models, again, you have OpenAI model, which we have used in this example, along with others uh, present in the market. So you just need to click and drag and drop, and that card would be there. Okay, and then you would need to connect that card appropriately for yours, basically for your chat system to work. Okay, so that is something which you need to read through the document or the video tutorials they have, or even videos which I am doing. So that is why I'm doing the video for you to make life easier for you. Then you have text splitters for you to create the chunks from that uploaded reference document. Okay, so you have options like HTML to Markdown text splitter, which is used for web scraping, splitting. And then you have recursive character text splitter used for normal docx or PDF file text splitting, and so on and so forth. And then you have vector store options as well. In this scenario, we are using an in-memory vector store because the document is a very small size document we are talking about here. But if it's of a higher size or an exhaustive document, I would recommend using a vector store, and it's very easy to configure. You just need to provide the API key and the other details, and it should be able to reference that index you have created in the vector store. So hope you understood how Flowise works, what it's about, and how it's different from WordPress and other bot builders. WordPress, you can create different flows. This Flowise is more about question answering chatbot building. Uh, which is basically absolutely free to use. Only thing is you would need to have some technical acumen for you to basically download the code and then start using the different cards available. Okay, so yeah, that's about some basics of Flowise. Now in this example, what I'm trying to do is we will try to have an internal reference known as a customer document for a for a store known as petmates.com. Now this document looks like this, like a customer support handbook. It will have things related to order status, shipping, delivery, returns and refunds, and so on and so forth. So when I ask this question, it should be able to give me answer from this document. Okay. So once you have this PDF loader dragged, you can connect it to a text splitter in the form of recursive character text splitter with a chunk size 220 I have given, because we don't want to use too many tokens as well right now. And then you can connect the document to in-memory vector store card. The embeddings you can connect to the OpenAI embeddings card. And here you would need to give the credential, that is your OpenAI API key, which you can get from platform.openai.com. Okay, very easy to configure. Because at the end of the day, we will be using the OpenAI APIs for us to actually get the conversational response. Okay. Internally, what happens is through the text splitting, it creates different chunks, and then those chunks are stored in the in-memory vector store here. And then what happens is it gets the top 4 similar chunks based on the user query, and then those chunks become prompts, which are then sent to the OpenAI API. And then from the prompt, which was the 4 set of chunks available, the chat GPT or the OpenAI API returns with a response. That's the idea. So we connected the embedding to the OpenAI embedding card. Document was connected to the PDF document loader. And ultimately, the memory retriever node needs to be connected to the conversational retriever QA chain. Now, there is one QA chain we need to basically have at the end for it to give the question answering, for us to enable the question answering in the chatbot. Okay. So in this scenario, conversational retrieval QA chain is appropriate because it comes with some chat memory as well. Okay. So we want some history component to be there for us, for our responses to be robust. And then ultimately the language model we are using is the chat OpenAI language model. Again, you have to give the credential here. Both the credentials will point to the same API key. Model we are selecting here is GPT 3.5 Turbo. Temperature, I think we can have a little lower, I would say. That is better instead of such high temperature. Okay, so this is how we set this basic Q&A answering chatbot flow. I have also done chatbot flow with multiple internal sources in other video. Maybe you can have a look if you want multiple, if you want the chatbot to reference or to get the answers from multiple internal sources like like web pages or multiple docs, then you can look at that video also. This is more a basic video where we are having only one internal source in the form of PDF file. Okay, so let's quickly look at how this chatbot is responding. Let me clear the chat history. Let me ask this question. Okay, so if you go to the document, you would have it you would have it in the document only. the account related information, as we will just see. Okay, so it got the information from here, as you can see. Okay, and then let's ask another question. Let's say I want to know, change the English a bit. Let's see if it is able to comprehend that and give us the correct response. So order history and click on request return. Yes, so it is giving us the correct response. So that's how this particular flow works. This is what basically I wanted to show in this video. Hope it was informative. And it helps you understand what Flowise is, how it's different from other prototyping chatbot builders like SiteSpeak, Chatbase, and bot builders like BotPress, etc. So the main advantage of using Flowise is you have more options available with respect to different LLMs you can use, or different file format loaders you can use, or different vector stores you can use, text splitters you could use, okay, and so on and so forth. And also it is open source. Only drawback is that you would need some technical acumen for you to get it running in your servers. Okay. So currently I was actually doing the demo on my local, running it on my local setup, but for a production prototype it needs to go to a server. So same thing could be uploaded to a server, and you can very well use it. On the other hand, it also provides API access. So if you want to do your own UI in terms of the chatbot, you can have the backend being created from Flowise with the API document they have given. So either you could embed it as a normal chatbot in your HTML page, or have the API get called from your own UI. Okay, both the ways are possible. So they have given the instructions in various languages like Python, JavaScript, and so on and so forth. Okay. Uh, Thanks a lot. Hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.